Hi there, my name's Vince from mymatevince.com, and in this video today it's another trying to fix video. We're going to be trying to fix this Xbox One gamepad here. Now, this is one of the original ones from the Xbox One, and as you can see at this moment it's completely dead when we're using the Xbox battery pack. Yet when I plug batteries in or USB it does work, but then the face buttons here do not work. So if you look now, you can see that's synced up there. I can move my way around screen here, but then if I want to go into something, none of these buttons work. Also, they don't quite, I don't know if they feel right either. I feel like there's a little bit kind of, I might be imagining, they feel like it's a little bit hard to press, but that could be just me imagining it. Now they definitely feel harder than that one there, and also, yeah, they don't feel as loose. So we're going to take this apart and see if we can find out what's wrong with it. When I put batteries into it, it does work as well. So it's not really that big a deal that the Xbox battery pack doesn't work, but if I can fix it at the same time, then I will look into it, but I don't think I'm going to spend hours on that part. The main part is the fact that these buttons here are not working. Okay, so let's get this thing apart. To begin with, we just have to take off the covers here. So sometimes you can do this with your nail, if not, just use a bit of a pry tool. It feels like you're going to break it, but they do seem to be very strong. And there's screws here, 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 and also underneath the sticker at the back here. I'm just using a T9. Didn't notice, this isn't an original one, it's got a headphone jack. Oh, that's interesting, okay. Do you know what, I haven't got any of these ones. The ones that I have with the headphone jack are from the, you know, the Bluetooth ones onwards. So this is the ones just before the Bluetooth. Now I'm just going to undo these screws here and here. And there's a few more down there to get this board out and see what's happening. Looks okay. Can't see anything wrong with that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get the little laptop set up, and then we can test the inputs using that rather than connecting up to the Xbox. So I can just kind of put this on here and press the buttons and see if they do anything. Okay, this is the app that I'm going to be using, Game Controller Tester. That's interesting. Now, if you have a look here, the B is on the backboard and all the others are on the front board. And if you have a look at this one here, it's going to be hard to see. But just zoom right in. Watch this. When I press the B, you can see it's lighting up here. The red goes to like a beige. But on the other ones, it's not working. That's working. Is the Xbox button working? Do you know what? I'm only going to be able to tell that because it will bring up with the game thing on screen. But they're definitely not working, which is unusual. Let me just see what else is working. Yeah, look, the game bar, so the Xbox button is working. Bumpers are working. Triggers are working. And the analog sticks are working. So, everything's working apart. Let me just check vibration. Yeah, I can see all them spinning round. So look at the triggers spinning. And also that spinning. That, and also the trigger one up here. So everything's working apart from these three, which is... This is unusual because on my other ones I've done quite a few and I haven't had that issue before. So now let's take it apart again and have a close look, see what could be wrong. So the B's definitely working, so the backboard is okay, but this front board is not okay. So let's have another look at this closely. But I wonder, could that be related to those battery contacts as well for this thing? So now we have to look closely at this, and if we look, I can see that the battery contact here is going off to this track at the top here, and then it looks like it works its way down to that one. This one is connected via this track here, isn't it, is going down. So they should all be in common with each other. So let's just double check that they are actually in common with each other. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so it's not the common, there's no issue with the common, but yet none of them are being recognised as button presses, but yet there's no problem with that side of them. So that's all good. Okay, nothing's jumping out at me straight away. I mean, I haven't gone through everything yet, but they're definitely all in connection with each other. So there is a chance that it might not be this board's faulty, although the contacts are in this board. If they're going through via one of these two to get to the chips on this board, then I might be fault finding this board when it's absolutely fine. So the good news is I have got quite a few spares when it comes to the Xbox controllers. So this one looks to be the same board. I don't know if this is a working one or not, because I've got just a job lot of just broken up stuff. But if you look at the model numbers down here, they're both the same. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this one in here to see if it's having the same fault. If it works, then we know 100% the fault's on this board. If it doesn't work, the chances are the fault's on the backboard here. Okay, I've had a really good look on that circuit board through this eye loop, and I can't see any scrapes, I can't see any burning damage or anything like that. Yes, one of the chips or something might have failed, but I can't see, there's nothing obviously wrong with it. This doesn't look like, it doesn't look original. Do you know what I mean? If you look at that one there, look at this one here. So this is from an original one. And if you just have a look at the moulding, so let's say, for example, if you put them next to each other, to begin with, can you see each of the carbon ones on this has a kind of crisscross pattern and they don't on here? But it's not just that, but look at the rubber moulding all around here. It all looks to have nice lines on it and stuff, and this doesn't. Also, we've got a kind of like bit here which looks like it should be rolled over a little bit. Now remember at the very beginning I said that it doesn't feel right when I press the buttons. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try it with this to see if these feel right. Now, oh, hold on. A's now working, Y's working, but X is still not working. So why is X not working? Wow. Okay, so some of them are working now. So it is the membrane, but why doesn't the X work? Maybe I haven't got it in right. Hold on. Right, let's see this now. So which one wasn't working? It was this one here. Looks okay. Let's try it again. No, so that's not working. How weird is that? So now I've got more working, but there's still one that's not working. So, that's really strange. Y works? Get rid of that. Okay, we're making progress. We've got 2 more buttons working, but the X still doesn't work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to follow the wire down from here, see where it goes to, and then try to follow it onto the other board, because we definitely know it's not a fault with this board, but I need to trace the wires from here and see where they come up on here, and then it might give me a better idea of what's happening. So I'll get back to this once I've traced them. Okay, so I've been tracing down this one here, and basically it goes from here. So we know that the top's okay because that's in contact with the others, but the bottom one goes along here, and then it goes off to this middle pin here, which comes up on this one here, and then works its way down to the 3rd pin along here. So I've been concentrating my search around there. The only thing is, what happens is from the 3rd pin from here, it basically goes under here, and then I lose it. But when I was looking really closely there, I did find an issue with another one of the pins, and maybe somehow it's linked. So let me show you that. Right, so I have been looking at the 3rd pin along here, and it goes through this little wire, and then I lose it. But looking at this one, I thought, does it look a little bit scraped here at the top? And then when I was looking, I had a look at this one here, and basically, look at this pin here. Can you see it's actually broken from this top? Well, I think it's broken from this top. There you go, you can see it moving from this top bit here. So what I've done is I've just scraped this here because I need to run a new wire anyway, and to see if I had continuity between here, and I don't. So I'm not saying that this is the fault. Maybe this is irrelevant. Maybe this one here isn't used, but it's still not right. I mean, if this was on the 3rd pin, I'd say 100% it is it. But look, So if I go between here and here, the broken bit, I probably will have continuity, yeah. But now I should also have continuity where I've scraped away here and I haven't. So basically I need to run a little wire from here to here. See, now it's nice and clean. So let me just show you with the meter. So I'm going to go in pin 1 here, and the top of the wire stops around about here, I think. I think it broke off from here, but if I go to here, can you still see it's making a connection here? So now let's put it back together and see if that has worked. I'm confident now that that is connected, so if it still doesn't work, we know that that's got nothing to do with it. No, still not working, so it's got nothing to do with that one. Oh, unbelievable. I don't really know where to go from here now. If you have a look there, I'm going to be pressing the others, and you can see that they're changing. The red one changes, yellow changes, but look at the blue. Nothing on the blue. Right, okay, I think the next port of call is going to be, we know that this one's definitely working okay, so let's measure different things on here compared to here and see if I can find maybe a faulty capacitor or a little transistor or something like that, or maybe one of the chips is going to show up something. At least I've got a working one to test with. Yes, of course I can just swap this in here and then it will be working, but it would be nice to actually fix the circuit board rather than just replacing the board. So yeah, I'll be doing most of that off camera because it's going to take quite a while, and then when I find something I will of course start filming again. Right, okay, I've actually fixed it. Now I'll show you what I did. Basically, do you remember I was tracing it down to that pin, the third one from the top? Well, yes, I fixed a connection on number 1, but number 3 was also dodgy. So first of all, let me show you it working, then I'll show you on the board, show you what I've done. So now if you have a look here, just hold this up to here, we're looking at these buttons here. So watch this now, if I hit the blue one here, I'm going to keep hitting it. Can you see now? It keeps changing. Yeah, and now the yellow one, the green one, and the red one. But the blue is definitely working now. I just want to try it with this dodgy third-party membrane, see if this is going to work. Right, let's have a look now. Yellow, yes, blue. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? How weird was that at the beginning then, when that wasn't working? Yeah, green and red. Really confusing one, because at the beginning, do you remember with this one here, it was working on these two, but on this one it wasn't. That's so strange. Right, let me show you what the fault was anyway, and then I can put it back together and do the final check. Okay, so here we are now. It's a complete mess because of the solder above it, but it makes no difference because it's just on this bit here. Also, I haven't properly cleaned it up yet. So you remember you've seen me do this one between here and here. Well, this one was just broken just as it goes there. So if you have a look, it was exactly the same as the one next to it, just a short little one like that. But I noticed that it looked a little bit bad just across here, and so obviously it wasn't making with the wire there, so I just had to scrape it back using the fiberglass pen. That's why it's gone back to copper. And then I just had to put a tiny little wire between here and here, and it's only just barely gripped with a little bit of solder there, but it's definitely in place. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get some solder mask, and I'm basically going to cover all this area in it. Well, so I'm just going to be shining the UV light on it now. This is going to take quite some time to go off, so I'll come back to this when it's done. Okay, so it's all gone hard. I've just tried it again to make sure it's working. So it's safe to put back together now. So if you have a look there, you can see there that the UV mask is covering up, so hopefully now that won't oxidize in the future. There we go, guess what? I've got the battery pack in and it's working. Look, we've got power now. So no power, plug it in. So I think maybe that might have been to do with the first connection. If you have a look now, you can see that that's working. And now the buttons are working as well. Fantastic, and just try it with some normal batteries. And I've also got a replacement cover for the back as well. there we go. Happy days. I'm just going to quickly check the buttons up on here. Right, okay, so here we go. You can see now that it's recognising all the inputs. And let's just go back and check the vibration. Go down to buzz. What a result! So another Xbox controller brought back from the dead. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe for more trying to fix videos. Take care. Bye now.